Y'all, this is like an emergency stream. I have not previewed this video. I have not looked at it at all. We are watching this in real time. Stephen A. Smith is giving an apology to Jasmine Crockett. Well, at least the title says he's giving an apology. You never know with Stephen A. Smith. It says Jasmine Crockett, I apologize. So let's go ahead and check this out together. But first, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Definitely, whew, this should be good. Let's see what he got in store for us. All right, so as you guys know, Stephen A. Smith has been cooning, tap dancing for massa, been doing it all, right? Throwing Jasmine Crockett under the bus, talking about shit he got no clue about. So let's go ahead and hear him out, y'all. Here we go.
Welcome to this special edition of Straight Shooter with Stephen A. That's what I'm going to call this, Straight Shooter with Stephen A, because obviously this doesn't have anything to do with sports. This has a lot to do with a whole brouhaha that's been going on with me over the last few weeks. Now, I will tell you, I apologize for not speaking about this earlier. If you took a close-up of my face right now, you'll see the right side of my face swollen. I had emergency root canal, double root canal surgery. And so I've been down and out and drugged up and stuff like that over the last few days, trying to overcome this stuff. But nevertheless, it is what it is. I'm here right now. I wanted to take a moment because I saw something disturbing in regards to President Donald Trump and how he came at Representative Jasmine Crockett. And I wanted to take this opportunity to attack this.
So this video was just 4 hours ago. He's saying like he had just seen something. Mind you, Trump has been attacking Jasmine Crockett all this year. And even before this year, while he was running for president again, he was attacking Jasmine Crockett. But now he's just seeing something. This is already booked. Let him talk, y'all. Sorry. Hit that like button for me.
Issue as it pertained to me and Jasmine Crockett, because I personally have had an issue with how things have been misconstrued and misinterpreted. But at the end of the day, I have to own it. And that's what I'm going to do today. And so when somebody says to me, Stephen, rather than point to her and her verbiage and her language and how she talked about the president, what about how he talks? I have no problem with that. I can understand that. And if that is the reason that everybody is in an uproar, that is fine. And I have no problem apologizing to that to my sister because, damn it, I want her to know I don't feel that way about her. Just like I didn't feel that way about Kamala Harris. Just like I don't feel that way about the marvelous, the wonderful, the incomparable, the greatest first lady ever, and Michelle Obama, in my estimation, or anybody else. But what we're going to do on this show is understand who the hell I am and how it's going to be as long as I'm doing this show. I have no problem apologizing if I'm wrong. I have no problem apologizing if I've made somebody feel a certain kind of way. But I'm going to challenge the legitimacy of what people come at me with when I think that challenge is warranted and deserved. If you came to me and you said to me that it came across as a bit dismissive, Stephen, you should have been more protective of her than that because look at how he speaks. Look at how they act on Capitol Hill towards her. I understand that. But when somebody tries to take that to accuse me of being disrespectful or in any way misogynistic, I'm going to push back on that because that's emphatically false. There's no truth to that whatsoever, and I'm not accepting that, and I'm not owning that.
You know, it's funny because he tried to say, oh, look at the way she talks. Like, you can't get anything done talking like that and blah, 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 blah. Look at the way Trump talks. Look at the way he talks. But because he's Caucasian, we're not going to say he's ghetto. But to me, he would be more ghetto than Jasmine Crockett, the way he talks. The man can't even, man, let's continue.
I can sit up there and I can look at Representative Jasmine Crockett. Do you know what I think she should be doing? I think she should be competing for the Senate seat in Texas or for the Attorney General spot because she's qualified.
Oh, now you think so.
I personally think Kamala Harris should have ran for governor of California. I've said it for the record that if Michelle Obama was running for president, she would have beat Trump, in my opinion. I think she'd have done it. That's how I feel. But somehow, some way, it's never enough for some people.
This is how he spins the truth, and he's just lying. First, he never said Kamala Harris should have ran for governor. He's been talking about Kamala Harris. He felt duped in voting for Kamala Harris. That's what I remember. Two, Michelle Obama doesn't want anything to do with politics. She does not want to run for president. Let that fever dream go, y'all. Stop asking that lady to run for president. And three, we ain't heard you say nothing positive about Jasmine Crockett as far as she should run for Senate. She should run for Attorney General. We ain't heard you say that. You've been saying she's been doing nothing for her constituents and that she needs to bow down to Trump and watch her mouth. That's what we've been hearing.
People out there, I understand. I would advise you to get over it or buckle up because I'm not going away. This is my show. I will say what I feel and I will do what I want. It doesn't mean I'm going to be insensitive. It doesn't mean that I don't care about our community. A matter of fact, most of the trouble I get in is because I care about our community. And the reason I'm bringing this up and the reason that I'm willing to attack this subject, because this really ain't about Jasmine Crockett. I respect her. I wish her nothing but the best. I was simply asking a question. That's all. What's working for you? Because I don't want her to lose the prowess that she has. I want it to continue to gain and elevate. We need resistance to what we see going on in the streets of America. I asked a question. I get it now with Trump feeding into that nonsense, giving him fodder or ammunition to continue to go out there and talk about our black women that way. I got it. I don't like that at all. I don't want to be associated with nothing like that. And I apologize because I respect the hell out of Jasmine Crockett and what she has.
So I was looking up while he was talking. He has done 5 videos on Jasmine Crockett or this subject about Jasmine Crockett. He has done 5 videos. So he has a weird obsession. 5 videos on the same subject about what Jasmine Crockett need to do, how she need to speak, how she need to talk, and what she needs to do for her people. 5 videos.
Accomplished. I absolutely do. And I appreciate the fact that she feels compelled to fight the way that she's fought, the way that she fights because of what she's dealing with. I've been a journalist for over 30 years. I don't want enemies. I truly don't. But I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to call it like I see it. It should be done respectfully. It should be done with the sensitivity that it needs to be done with. I get it. I understand. But I'm going to be me. I'm going to call it like I see it. I can look Jasmine Crockett in the face and say, I'm sorry for any kind of noise I caused in your direction. Because she is accomplished and she is smart and she does have an incredible, incredible challenge working in this political climate on Capitol Hill. I got it. And when Trump came at her like that, I said, damn it. I was pissed off because I said, that's what they're talking about. When they're saying, you know what, when you question something about her, it's going to invite that. I understand. But we also need to be able to ask her questions. Just like we would ask.
Here's the thing. He wasn't trying to look for any opposing side or opposing view. He just seen one clip of Jasmine Crockett. And I bet you anything that most of the stuff that comes on Stephen A. Smith is on the right. Most of the stuff that he sees is on the right. Even though he claims to be an independent that's more left-leaning. And again, I feel like a lot of people use that independent title so then they could do the whole both side thing and they don't have to like choose a side. But most of his show is used attacking Democrats. Because if you notice, whenever he says something more left-leaning, you know, in a positive route, oh, his chat and stuff be eating him up because he's a grifter, right? And I think Stephen A. Smith thinks that he's knowledgeable and he has the education to speak on politics and stuff, and he doesn't. When he said he was a journalist, yes, you do sports. You do sports. And if you were a journalist, you would do your fucking research because he's been talking about Jasmine Crockett. And now all of a sudden you're confused? Get out of here.
Kamala Harris questions, just like we would ask AOC questions, just like we would ask Gavin Newsom questions, just like we would ask Chuck Schumer questions or anybody else. That comes with it. It comes with it. The times that we live in, the times that we live in, the times we're living in. Yep. Absolutely true. Which is why I was screaming to get our focus away from the cancer culture and identity politics and the kind of things that would turn off 77 million voters, which pretty much comes down to about 20 swings, 20 swing districts, if you really, really want to think about it with these elections. But that's a different story for another day. The point is, times are tight, and the slightest little thing can turn people off. And in the end, as trifling as President Trump can be, the fact of the matter is, millions upon millions of people felt that he was closer to normal than the Democratic Party. What you gonna do about that? I have a right to ask that, just like anybody else, especially since I want the Democrats to regain some power in Congress. I don't want the Republicans having the White House, Senate, and the House. I want the Democrats to have some power somewhere. I want to help. I'm not trying to hurt.
If he wants to help, he can do his research. He already admitted in another video that he wasn't knowledgeable on politics. He has admitted this already. But also doing your research, and since you're such a journalist, that would definitely help. That would help a lot. Because then you wouldn't be out here just spreading misinformation. What he's doing is basically just giving his opinion on shit. He's reading the headline and giving his opinion on it. He's not actually doing the research, because for him to say, oh, I just seen what Trump said. We've been seeing what Trump said.
And I think being quiet and saying nothing and not challenging the strategy that's been employed hurts us as a community. I have always felt that way. And I will always feel that way. But that doesn't mean I'm always right. And it doesn't mean that I'm beyond apologizing when I'm wrong in any way. Because I'm not here to hurt. I'm here to help. To do my little small part, however small that may be. That's who I am. And that's who I'm going to always be. Town Hall. Next month, if you want it. Say the word. Jasmine Crockett will be welcome. AOC will be welcome. All of them will be welcome. We could have it right in the nation's capital. I'll conduct it myself. Nobody's hiding. Because we're all supposed to be in it together. Appreciate y'all time. That's all I have.
So it's funny to me how he feels like he has any authority when it comes to politics. Like he feels like, okay, y'all should listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm saying. You just literally got into this space within the last year. Like, what can they learn from you, or what do they think that they'll be able to get out of you? And especially, you cannot tell me that they don't look at your audience and be like, oh, I see what kind of audience you have. Is this really going to benefit me? Or is this just going to be a shit show where we're just screaming and yelling and you're just trying to trip me up on some questions to get a clickable moment? Because a lot of what Stephen A. Smith is doing is just trying to get a clickable moment. He's trying to clickbait. and trying to get people to attention to his show. He's trying to build like an all media platform to where, you know, he talks about sports, he talks about politics, and it'll be something else and something else. So it'll just go along in those circles where he's just talking about everything and he has control over the media. This is what he's trying to do, trying to build his own media network. And the thing is that I think Stephen A. Smith would do better if he had maybe like a panel show where he had other people to like challenge him on his ideas. Or maybe he can just do some effing research. That would help too. But y'all, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Again, I appreciate all of y'all for all your love and support. Let me know in the comment section what you think about Stephen A. Smith apology. Also, if you want to support the channel, you know you can hit the Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all that good stuff. I love y'all for watching. We gonna get out of here, y'all. Deuces, everybody.